Hey, good afternoon and welcome back to another episode of Clean Slate, a show here on Rebel Sports Network where we'll be discussing the weekly slate of NFL games. I'm your host, Gabe Goddard. This week I'm joined by Jeremiah Skillman and Matt Canigliaro. Guys, week 9 has got a lot of action packed up for us. Let's get right into it. Thursday night, the Ravens travel down to Miami to go face the Dolphins. This will be the first game Lamar Jackson comes back. And the Ravens are also riding high off of a much-needed win last week where they defeated the Bears 30-16. Tyler Huntley went in and he did his job, 17 for 22, 186 yards and a touchdown. What are we thinking is going to happen this game?
I think that Lamar's not going to have that good of a game that everybody expects. And I think the Dolphins come up with an upset. Because Tua Tagovailoa is one of the best. If he never got injured, he would be the best quarterback in the world.
Absolutely rage baiting on the show. But, yeah. I mean, I got to hand it to you. Tua did go out and ball out last week. 20 of 26, 205 yards, 4 touchdowns to 4 different players. They got their much-needed win down in Atlanta.
Honestly, I kind of feel the Ravens, if Lamar is coming back at full strength, he might start slow coming off that, I think it was a hamstring for a few weeks. But kind of going on the Tyler Huntley thing, I know I was on the show a few weeks ago, and I kind of threw some shade towards Cooper Rush for why do the Ravens not have a quarterback that fits Lamar Jackson's play style, backing him up? They look bad without him. Tyler Huntley comes in, a similar play style. Obviously not Lamar Jackson. I don't think anybody is. But they have success. They win a game. Now they got Lamar Jackson back. Instead of coming off of 3-4 losses in a row, they're coming off a win. So I really think this game could be up in the air. I don't think Tua is the best quarterback ever if he didn't get hurt. But I do see this being a 21-17 type of ball game.
Well, we got the Dolphins, who have the 28th ranked offense in the league, going against the Ravens, who are shot up right now, the 28th ranked defense in the league. Ooh. So this should face to be a good matchup. Let's move on, guys. The Colts, hottest team in the league right now, travel up to Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh is looking to bounce back after they dropped what almost was a revenge game for Aaron Rodgers. They lost 35-25 to Green Bay in Rodgers' revenge game against the Packers. Jordan Love absolutely balled out against them. 29 for 37, 360 yards and 3 touchdowns, 2 of them to Tucker Kraft on National Tight End Day. The Steelers, it's looking like a rough week ahead. They just lost Deshaun Elliott likely for the season. They signed Kyle Duggar from the Patriots, but this is the number 1 ranked offense in the league coming in, going up against the most expensive ranked defense, the most expensive defense in the league, but only the 30th ranked defense in the league. Jonathan Taylor, 3 weeks in a row, 3 touchdowns. So what do you guys think the Steelers have to do to get that man under control, and what could they do to possibly walk out with a win in this game?
Honestly, I think that the Steelers defense is going to have to play out of their minds. As Giants fan, which I know I mentioned last time I was on this show too, nothing pains me more than seeing former Giants succeed once they leave New York. It seems to be a thing. Daniel Jones is no exception to that. He's playing out of his mind. But Jonathan Taylor, I think he's going to eat. Like you said, he scored 3 touchdowns a few weeks in a row now. I think he's going to score a few more this week. He might even have a chance to break LaDainian Tomlinson's record at the end of the season for the most touchdowns. I don't think he's going to be far off the next few weeks, honestly, plus with an extra game in the regular season now, who knows. I think this is going to be another Colts win. Aaron Rodgers is gonna do things on the field to keep them in it. He always does. He's Aaron Rodgers. I don't think no matter how old he is, he's going to keep his team in the game. I think this is going to be another Colts dub. I think they're going to go to 8-1 and kind of just continue to stomp their way through the AFC.
Yeah, I mean, to back up off you, because we're both Giants fans, it sucks to see Danny Dimes out there actually playing some good football, which is good. But honestly, I'm not looking forward to the score or the game, but I'm really looking forward to this QB battle. Let's think about it. Aaron Rodgers is a tremendous QB quarterback. He's definitely a top in the league, even though he's old, but his experience and his time in the league is definitely up there compared to others. But also Daniel Jones, I mean, like you said, he's having a tremendous season, which is crazy because he wasn't doing that in New York, which is sad. But, except for the Giants fan. But
it does.
So, it's just great to see how Daniel Jones is really playing at the level that we've seen him in college play at, and that's what we were looking for with him as the Giants. They saw that in him in college, so they're trying to see that. So for the Colts to see that in him in Indianapolis is crazy, and it's just gonna be a good game overall. And I'm really excited to see the quarterback battle. The quarterback battle, but also the Steelers definitely have a good defense, and Colts have a great offense. So it's gonna be a great game. I think it'll be low scoring though.
Like you said, Jonathan Taylor has a chance to go and break LaDainian Tomlinson's record this season. He's already making history. First in NFL history with 3 touchdowns for 3 weeks in a row. So, yeah, Steelers, I mean, that's the most expensive defense in the league. Definitely got to step up and make all that money worth it. I know Aaron Rodgers, he desperately needs a wide receiver too in Pittsburgh. And although it's not official yet, there have been very strong rumors, even coming from the source itself. Marquez Valdez-Scantling said he does plan to reunite with Aaron Rodgers and play for the Steelers. And that veteran presence would make a very great wide receiver 2 option for the Steelers. He's not signed yet, so he will not be playing for them against the Colts. But I'm excited to see, as a Steelers fan, I'm excited to see how their season shakes out. Yeah. A couple more games I want to go over with you guys. Both of them I feel like have the potential to be the game of the week. First things first, divisional opponents, Vikings going over to Detroit and battling the Lions. This is J.J. McCarthy's first game back. Carson Wentz, at one point in history, Carson Wentz was an elite NFL quarterback.
Yeah, he was the next guy.
He led that Eagles team to a Super Bowl that one year, and Nick Foles finished off that job for him. But guys, 2025 Carson Wentz is just not it. He's had the Vikings nosedive all the way down to the 24th ranked offense. And they're just coming off a loss at LA 37-10, where not only did Carson Wentz play very mediocre, 15 for 27, 144, touchdown and a pick, but what really stands out to me is that lackadaisical O-line play. Carson was sacked 5 times for 27 yards.
But for me, I honestly don't think the Vikings have much of a chance this game, which sucks to say because they're actually a really good squad. But I think the problem with the Vikings that's going to be a problem this weekend is going to be that the Lions' defensive line, and if the Vikings offense is letting sacks for Carson Wentz, I just don't think J.J. McCarthy is going to be able to get out of the pocket, get out and run as quick as possible. But also, it sucks to say, but J.J. McCarthy is an injury prone already. I mean, he's young in his career, but we've just shown continuously that he's not able to stay healthy for a full 12 games, whatever it is, my bad. But so I really think that Lions defense wins them this game. But also, you cannot forget the Lions offense is one of the best. They have their two running backs are just dangerous. It's so hard to stop them because their second running back is just as good as their first running back. It's so hard to stop a team that has 2 amazing running backs, where one is a sprinter and one is a powerhouse, Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree. I think the Lions probably got this game in the bag. J.J. McCarthy, I think, was actually a healthy scratch last week. He was cleared to play. They still started Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz actually went down for the year. I think shoulder injury, shoulder surgery. So he's not even going to be an option. So if McCarthy doesn't play well, who's behind him now? And even if he doesn't play well, like you said, he might not be able to make it out of the game. I think in the 2 games he's played, he's only really played 1 good quarter of football, and he's been hurt for all of last season and now half of this season. So it's really, what are you going to get out of that team? I feel like if I was a betting man, I'd probably just put my money on the Lions money line, call it a day.
If I'm the offensive unit for these Vikings, I'm shaking in my boots right now because they just gave up 5 sacks against the Chargers, who are without Nick Bosa.
Yeah, got the $180 million man and Aiden Hutchinson now.
And that's what I was about to say. Aiden Hutchinson is now a record breaker himself, the most expensive non-quarterback in NFL history. And also, Minnesota had no rushing attack last week. No. Only 34 total rush yards the entire game against LA. Yeah. So they need to go out. They definitely need to fix some things if they want to pull this off against the Lions. Yeah.
Another thing with that too, Aaron Jones, I think either came off an injury last week or he's coming off an injury this week. So I mean, look for him to get back into, get his running legs under him after taking a couple weeks off to heal up.
Yeah. But their running game still doesn't compare with Lions at all.
Not with an aging Aaron Jones and someone else.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs and
David Montgomery. Yep.
Thank you. I don't think there's any 2 running backs I'd rather have in the NFL.
Then you can't forget, though. I'm sorry you're trying to move, but Amon St. Brown is dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
St. Brown.
I've got him on my fantasy
Yeah,
team.
We
me too,
cannot
man.
sleep on that guy
Yeah,
because we're
yeah.
talking about the running backs. But if they are able to contain that the running game, then I think Jared Goff, deep to Amon St.
Yeah.
Brown, he's out there. He's back there somewhere.
Yeah, even when they don't even have to pass the ball, he still seems to almost get 100 yards and a touchdown in a game that they ran the whole time.
Yeah.
He's always going to eat.
Moving on to what I think is probably the game of the week. Chiefs going up to Buffalo and facing those Bills. The two favorites to win MVP this year are battling it out once again. The Bills just came off a 40-9 victory against the Panthers, which I know that doesn't mean much. It's only the Panthers, but still they're riding high. Tripling up on a score against any NFL team. Josh Allen didn't really have to do much with his arm last game.
Yeah.
12 for 19, still got 163 yards and a touchdown. But what really surprised me last week was the use of his legs. He didn't the yards didn't jump out off the box score, but man's a quarterback, got 2 rushing touchdowns and only 7 rush yards.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, when I was watching that game, the Bills game last week, and I think it was like midway through the third quarter, we were talking about, is James Cook going to break AP's record for the most rushing yards in a game?
Oh, man.
I know they ended up taking him out later, letting him rest up because, he's probably one of those guys that doesn't care about records. He just wants to win. But, you're closing in on 200 yards in the third quarter. It's like,
how crazy is that
the other
stat
team's
line?
not going to have much to do about that.
19 carries for 216 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's crazy. I didn't even get a chance to watch that game, but I've seen a couple of highlights, but wow, that is crazy.
I mean, he had a few long touchdowns where he didn't even get touched. He just went right through open hole. He was gone.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
Fun fact, I used to do that.
I used to go over the top.
No, but I think that's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a good battle game. I think Chiefs Bills games, one of them could be the worst team in the league at one point, and then the game goes into overtime and another overtime. It's just the way Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes fight for these games. It's just so amazing. It's definitely going to be the game of the week, I'm pretty sure, because that game is just they're so fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you just can't you can't cut none of the quarterbacks. You can't even put a record in front of none of the games because they both teams go in these games 0-0. We both want to win, and I feel like that should be the mentality for every game. But I think it's different for Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes whenever they go into these games because they play tremendously and they play crazily. I mean, they changed the overtime rule just for this game right here, and it's just crazy to think about because every single year you watch these two games, you don't even
Because they play each other every year.
Yeah.
Now. They were randomly selected in the NFL scheduling, and Bills Chiefs always seems to end up on it.
Definitely should be a battle.
Yeah.
Bills have the 3rd ranked offense. Chiefs have the 4th ranked defense. Yeah. And going back to last week, Pat Mahomes, he did go out to Washington. He beat the Commanders 28-7, but still, Pat Mahomes only has 4 interceptions in this year. Yeah. 2 of them were last week.
Wow.
So he's coming off, yes, even though he did win, it's still a sloppy game that he's coming off of. 25 for 34, 299 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 picks.
Yeah.
So, you take the good with the bad, but, this is Patrick Mahomes. So I'd say there is more good than there is bad.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Especially those picks, they were plays by the defense. They were more spectacular on defense than they were Patrick Mahomes making mistakes. Right. I mean, Bobby Wagner, I think, got a tip pass. I know a defensive back just made a absolute monster play on the sideline.
Our technical director was just talking to us before the show, talking about he wants the Chiefs to beat the Bills this time so that the Bills can win when they face each other in the postseason. And honestly,
keep in mind he's a Bills fan. Keep in mind he's a Bills fan.
I don't think that's quite how it works, but I like the idea of trying to undo a jinx.
I'm on the same train with him. I think that's probably what's going to shake down this time.
Yeah.
Chiefs probably go get it done in Buffalo. Yeah. But if they face each other again in the postseason, I probably got Buffalo in that one.
I mean, so who do you guys have this week?
I think
got the Chiefs.
I think Chiefs going, but also too, I think it's going to be one of those games that's like 48-45 or something. And we're like, how did they not score more points? It's just one of those games.
I'm taking the over this game for sure.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Yeah, over could be 100, and I'd be thinking about it, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, that's just about all the time we got this week. Guys, I want to thank y'all again so much for tuning into another episode of Clean Slate. I've been Gabriel Goddard with Jeremiah Skillman and Matt Canigliaro. We'll see you next Saturday.